So update on the videos where I talked about dating outside the country, dating other races. If you black, you white, interracial dating, whatever. If you, Indian, go ahead, date you a black girl, or Indian, date you a white girl. You Asian, date you a black girl, date you a white girl. Guys and girls, goes both ways. So I was telling people about how, I plan on having 2 girlfriends, basically, never getting married, and then also, having kids by these girls, and them having stability, like money wise, like, anything that they family need is going to be taken care of. Everything that they need and want, they're going to have their own houses separate, of course. And then there's going to be communication between me and those 2 girls, me and my basically 2 families, on how much time I'm going to spend with this one. Now, when it's never going to be even, of course, because everybody has their different issues. Maybe a parent dies, maybe a child dies. Like, you just never know. So, the communication is always going to be there. And I was telling this girl about how she was telling me how territorial she was. And I'm just like, yeah, territory is all good. And then when I started explaining to her, it's about, about every single year, me and the 2 girls that I end up with are going to, talk about, okay, well, do you want to subscribe to another year or not? It's basically like kind of like this prenup in a way, where you talk about if you're going to stay together year after year after year after year, and if you want to stay together, and then but still you don't go through the government and get this whole marriage thing. The thing is, with the separation, they're going to have, one's going to have, her million or millions. The other one's going to have her million or millions, have whatever amount we agree to when we get together and have our kid, get together. Not even be, and this is before the kids. You're going to have an agreement. Okay, we're going to be together. You can only mess with me. There's going to be terms, breach of contract, of course, breach of the contract. And then, if she goes out and cheat and all that stuff, or, diseases, whatever, all that stuff is going to be in there. It's going to be detailed, throughout the entire thing. So I was telling her, like, the 2 girls are going to have their thing. I'm going to have my thing. I can't do anything either that's crazy, where I can go out and cheat or do, something crazy that's going to mess with me and my family dynamic with them either. And then it's going to be a communication between all 3 of us. So I'm going to have this girl, and we're going to have our 2 families, and I'm going to communicate, and we all going to communicate together to make sure that everybody's to an understanding of, where my time will be spent with each family throughout each week. And of course, you're going to have to be close by and everything. So after explaining to her that, and she telling me about her whole, I'm territorial thing, in the end, all she really wanted was stability and security, which is basically what most women want, but it's what most women don't get. So if you promise a girl and actually show her that you can give her security and stability, she would not mind you having another girl. I'll tell you that right now. I went from telling this girl, just a couple hours ago, the whole thing of how, most of the plan of how it would go, and she was already on board. She was like, oh, well, if I get all that, because she hasn't even gotten this from one dude. So if she hasn't gotten this from one dude, who the one dude is just dealing with her, and she's saying, oh, so the guy's gonna have another girl on the side, we're all gonna communicate, and we're all gonna, all love each other, or she loves me and the other one loves me. She was like, and I still get the money, still get to do whatever I need to do. I don't have to work. I gotta, or I don't have to work like a 9 to 5 or anything like that, or do any other job. I can work if I want to, start my own business, as long as it don't take away from the family, away from the husband. Yep, absolutely. And then and I was telling her, like, even with me, like, I want my girls basically working for me, so they're gonna contribute to the money that's gonna be brought in, which of course they're entitled to, because we're all gonna be together. So went from her being territorial to now saying, like, yeah, I'm down with that. If I can find a dude who gonna take care of me like that, and I ain't gotta worry about nothing, and he already has me set up for a great life, and she's like, why not? Like, why wouldn't I do that? She's like, I've never ran across anybody who wanted to do that or tried it, but I would love to try that, to see. She said she wanted to try it to see if it's something that will work for her. And I said, hey, you know, it's people out there that's doing it now. You know, you just gotta make sure that they actually about what they're about, and that they can actually you know, take care of you. You gotta share numbers, you know, bank account numbers, bank account numbers. You got to show, you know, as the guy, consistency. You're gonna have to show that you're about what you talk about, and that you can actually, you know, still emotionally support these people. Like I said, if someone's families die, if a girl's dad or mom dies, of course you're gonna, you know, talk about it, communicate with the other one, like, yo, you know, my other girl, her dad died, her mom died, I need to spend more time with her right now. She's going through a lot. And if the person loves you a lot, of course they're gonna understand. That's with anything. Even if your own parent died, or, you know, you need to console one of your close cousins, or your brother, or your mom or dad died, you're gonna have to spend some time by yourself, and they would understand that. So as long as you have someone that's understanding, I don't think that would even be an issue, spending time with the other person a little bit more while they're going through a hard time, than you know, spending time with them. And then, you know, you still got your kids and everything. You're gonna spend time with them, do little play dates together. So she was on board. I'm surprised. I done talked to probably about 16 girls at this point about that, about you know, date a guy dating 2 girls and take care of all they wants and needs. So it's been interesting seeing girls completely switch, because they'll be one way, like, oh no, I'm territorial, I want my man to myself, and da 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 da. And the next thing you know, you tell them what they're gonna get, and the life that they're gonna live, which is the life that they want to live anyway. But we gotta lead them, fellas. We gotta tell them. We have to show them what they want. They've been shown, society has messed up a lot of women's head, and the guys who are able to break away from society's norms needs to show, you know, these women that they can have more than what they're getting, and that they don't have to settle for less. So tell me what y'all think about this. A lot of people still fight me on this, old school people and people who don't know better, but I would love to hear people's opinions on one guy dating 2 girls and taking care of all their needs and wants, and taking care of all his family's needs and wants, and the communication aspect of it. So I'm looking forward to hearing what people got to say about this. Let me know. We're gonna do another update soon, because I gotta tell y'all about the 2 girls that I'm dating in another country. So it's a fascinating I don't know. I ain't gonna put on that. I don't know if I want to tell the whole story. I'll put bits and pieces in there, but it's very interesting. It'll give everybody a new perspective. Okay, now I ain't gonna talk about that no more. We're gonna talk about it in the next video.